What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is June the 16th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing on this fun Monday morning. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have the 20-year bond coming out roughly around noon. So that one could potentially be a market mover. Aside from that though, it is just going to be the market digesting the recent news between the EU and the States. So it looks as though the States is going to do a flat 10%, which was pretty much the original plan. And EU is going to be slashing a lot of their tariffs on US made vehicles and various other things. So I think that's kind of a win-win for the broader market. This is and was always going to be a big catalyst. So essentially the market's moving higher, and then even prior to this being announced, you did have the market just moving higher because I feel like the whole Middle East type of conflict that is happening between Iran and Israel, it did escalate over the weekend, but other countries didn't really get involved. And I think that's the market's somewhat satisfied by that. So I think just generally market was moving higher prior to this news, which mind you is very, very good. Aside from all of that fun stuff, you do see futures very green, Dow up 0.59, S&P up 0.65, NASDAQ up 0.181. So all in all, looking like it is going to be a good day. SoFi, no planned news today, no fireside chats or anything, but it is up 1.49%. Shorts have been returning leading up to today. So 12.86% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 139.62 million shares. So today I do anticipate shorts to return, continue their trend. The only days to really watch for as far as shorts increasing would be Wednesday and Friday in my opinion. But as when it comes down to today, with it at 1431, it is right now between this R1 and the pivot. So 1440 once again is going to be that key pivot. Just watch for that to kind of be that breaking point for SoFi to really move higher. Aside from that, USEG is pulling back slightly. So again, because of various things, you're seeing oil go down 1.15%. Did have a little bit of a spike though. I went to roughly, I think it was like 73, 75-ish. So it is pulling back, but this is the most heavily traded stock so far pre-market by a long shot. So essentially something to keep in mind for those of you that are day traders or whatever else. Shorts, 6.74% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 734,000 shares. Shorts really did double down on Friday. So as it went up 55%, shorts just, again, like I said, doubled down quite significantly, in fact. But a couple of key points to watch for with it right now at 214. It is trading between this R1 and this R2. So 214 is going to be a strong support and or that make it or break it point, because if it does break below that, then you could see a little bit more of a further pullback. Again, this stock doesn't really follow the technicals all that much. I feel like it's just obviously a secondary, so take all of this with a grain of salt in my opinion. But moving on, SBET is up 19 or 18% now. So this one is going to be a day trader's dream, and it was even on Friday. I posted this on my Patreon as a good swing trade, day trade, even on Friday, because it did have a crazy day, went down to 905, a high of 1163. And so today is going to be most likely retesting that, but shorts, it's not oddly enough heavily shorted. So 1.74% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 1.06 million shares. So shorts seem to not really care about this, even though it went up a significant amount recently, returned. Like shorts seem to not really want to do anything with this. But with it right now at 1083, trading between this pivot and this S1, so 1289 is going to be that next strong target / resistance, which once the market does open, I feel like it could have a nice burst to that level. I don't know if it'll have enough to kind of break and stay above that, but I do feel that it could actually touch that. And then flip side, if it does kind of consolidate a little bit, just watch for pretty much the psychological level, so the whole numbers, so 10, 950 to be kind of the support levels at that stage. Moving on, Circle Internet is still ready to tear up the market. It is up 10.8% pre-market. So this stock is honestly a beast, and I think in reality you're seeing over the weekend a lot of people just taking the time to research this stock. A lot of articles have been coming out extremely bullish about it, and I feel like one thing that's really missing though is price targets. A lot of people say that the fundamental business is very bullish because of blah 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 and whatever articles are saying, but not many people are giving price targets. So this one's going to be a very interesting scenario. We have seen the IPO pump similar to this happen with like Webull and many others, and then ultimately 2 weeks later they're back to the original price where it was at 31. So this one's going to be an interesting type of scenario, how it plays out. Still, because of the early trading, it's not shorted, or we don't have any information on that, so it's kind of gray. And even on a technical standpoint, it's above all the key fib levels, so it is just in a breakout type of momentum. So let me know your viewpoint. Again, it could potentially go down or it could continue to go up. All I know is big money is really focusing on this stock. So again, if you are a day trader, swing trader, this one might be for you, but tread with caution. My own opinion. You guys do whatever floats your boat. But aside from all that, last but not least is RCON. So this one honestly is up and you're getting a lot of volume, but based on the actual what they do, because there wasn't any news, no SEC filings about them, but based on what they do, it looks as though that they potentially are just still piggybacking and benefiting from the oil type of scenario that did and has been occurring over the last like half a week or a week for the most part. So it is up 13.89%, not heavily shorted, so 0.03% of the free float is being shorted. A couple of key points though to watch for right now with that 299. It is trading right now between this R3 and this R2. 276 is going to be a strong support, followed by 248. Flip side, 321 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So these stocks right here is ultimately what big money is focusing on. It looks as though that risk is going to be on and things seem to be getting a little bit better in the broader market. We'll have to again wait and see how that whole Middle East type of conflict does develop, but it looks as though it's going to be the same type of scenario as Ukraine and Russia. Market freaked out over 1 or 2 days and then they kind of stopped caring. Again, that's kind of my viewpoint on how it is, because obviously I know that's impactful for that general area and region, but to the stock market, not so much. Let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.